Hello, everybody, and welcome to SAP Chapter 4 Part 2 walkthrough video. So for this specific section in Chapter 4 Part 2, we are going to need both the uh, Appendix D and Appendix E in order to complete um, this section of the guide. So make sure you guys have these appendixes ready to go because we are going to need them moving forward. So last we stopped on section 2.6, and we're going to be continue on with section 2.7 here. So this is going to be the configure automatic postings. So we're simply going to follow this file path. So in the easy implementation guide, remember that's SPRO, hit enter, and then hit this image reference up here, and then we can see that we're in the implementation guide as we can see up top. And we can now finish following this file path. So materials management, valuation, account determination wizard, and configure. Oh, right here at the bottom. There we go. And now to check the T account or the T codes, display activity. There we go. And there we can see our T code. All right, so let's go ahead and enter this menu by hitting that clock. And it says, all right, so you may receive a DL valuation pop-up, which we did not. And if we did, we can just close it down if you did. So in the automatic postings, click account assignment, which should be right up here. And in the configuration account, maintain automatic postings or post procedures, which are in screen, double click on BSX. So this should be in alphabetical order. Not necessarily. There it is. All right, so double click on BSX. There's BSX. Double click on BSX. What is the description of BSX? If you guys need the description, there it is. So when you look up our chart of accounts, is it GL? Let's see. We just hit that search button. Scroll down. Okay, it is indeed going to be our GL account, and we are 26. So we're going to go ahead and choose 26. Go ahead and choose your respective number. And then choose your chart of accounts. All right, so we're just going to hit continue after we've chosen our chart of accounts. So in the configuration, maintain automatic posts and screen into the following information. So yep, it is our chart of accounts. Ensure it is your chart of accounts. And then for valuation, we're going to select. And for valuation classes, we're also going to click select. So now that both, that's it for that. We're going to hit save. We can see we got this message down here. Changes have been made. Perfect. And now we should be in the dash accounts over here. Now we're going to enter the following information. So let's see, do we got to look this up? Nope. All right. So we're creating it. So we're simply just going to copy and paste. And how many is there? 4, 2, 3, 4. And first we're going to look up is our raw materials one. There it is. Looks like it's 3,000. And this is going to be your raw inventory material. Okay, so if you are in this screen, make sure that you are looking it up by the chart of accounts right here. And if you don't see it, it should just be the. So, okay, yes, looks like it's the second one over. So just make sure that you can see that it's searching specifically for your chart of accounts. And then just click search. And we can see all of our accounts here. Make sure that, again, it is your chart of accounts. So if you did search your chart accounts, you're going to see your GL followed by your respective number. So inventory of raw material. Okay, here we go. Inventory of raw material. So 200 super 0 is going to be our account number. All right, and now this is going to be our trading goods for, we just hit search. Well, not just trading goods in general. So scroll down, there it is, trading goods, 3100. And then which account? Our inventory of trading goods. So again, make sure you're in your chart of accounts right here and hit search again. And we're gonna look up our inventory of trading goods. There it is. Inventory of trading goods. 200, 200 is gonna be that account. And for the third one, it's finished products. Scroll, this finished products is all the way down. 7920 is the class. And for the account, we need our inventory of finished goods. So again, it's search and it says your inventory of trading goods. So again, for inventory on a finished goods, there it is, inventory of finished goods. 200, 100 is account number. And then class valuation, semi-finished products. Right at the bottom, semi-finished products, 7,900. And for the account, your inventory of semi-finished goods. So again, hit search and let's go down to I. Inventory of semi-finished goods right there, 200, 300. We're just going to double click. Yeah. All right. So now let's see, use the account without direct deposit. I don't think it says anything about direct deposit. Gotta go back in here because I don't think it says anything about direct deposit. It just has our account number. Yeah. So it doesn't mention anything about direct deposit. So after we have all that didn't change there, we're just gonna hit save. We're gonna get this message that says changes have been saved. All right, so now after we're done with that, we're gonna click posting keys up top. And it says, what is a debit posting key? There it is. What is a credit posting key? There it is. And then if we want to know what's names, make sure that you don't change anything. We can just open that up. And if we scroll down to, what was it, 89 right there. And then 499 should be that one right there. I'm pretty sure it's the same if we search down here. So that, there you are. Yep. So there you go. Now you got the answer for these four guys right there. Make sure that nothing was changed here. It's still 89 and 99. So, all right, we're just going to click back. So now we are in the procedures screen. So now it's telling us to double click on diff. A, B, C, D right there, diff. We're going to double click on diff. And now what is the description of diff? You can see there's a description. So in the configure, yeah, world pros screen, click save. All right, so we're just going to click save. Doesn't say. Yep. Just click save. Changes have been saved. There we go. It says changes have been saved in the configuration account accounts. Enter the following information. So your purchase difference. So let's go ahead and look that up. Your purchase price difference. Again, make sure chart accounts is selected. Hit search. And we're simply going to scroll down to P, MLP. There we go. Purchase price difference right there, and make sure it has your respective number as the count, which mine does. 760 000. Double click. There we go. 760 000. And after we selected that, we're going to go ahead and click save. Changes have been made. Perfect. And we're going to hit back again. Now it's saying in the, yep, in the procedure screen, what is the description for PRD? Scroll down. There it is. PRD. And then, yeah, we're double clicking on PRD. And there it is. So in the configure, so dash rules, yep. So valuation modifier. It says make sure that's selected and valuation class is selected. Once both of those have been selected, valuation class, everything else is correct. We're just going to hit save. And the message changes have been saved. And we're still in the counts screen. Okay, enter the following information. So I think we need these 3 accounts. We're just going to drop that in. And now we're going to look for raw material 1. There it is. I'm just going to go straight down. Operating supplies. This is operating supplies. Raw material 1 was 3,000. Operating supplies is 3030. And then trading goods, 3,100. There we are. And now for account, it says your purchase price difference. So we're going to go ahead and search. It's an RGL account. So we're going to start search. All right. And then your purchase, scroll down to P. Resolve a bit. So purchase price difference account. That's it. 760,000. Double click on that. And it wants the same account for the other 2. So we're just going to copy and paste. And it just says hit save. So I'm going to hit save. And you can see we got the changes have been made. Message down below. We're going to click back. And so we are in the posts. Yep. And now we're going to go down to WRX. Right there. So we're going to double click on WRX. We're here. So there's the description of it if you didn't catch it in the last screen. And double click WRX. So we're going to make sure that valuation modifier and valuation class have been selected. We're going to go ahead and click save. And now it opened up this menu here. Changes have been made. There we are. So now we are in this screen. Again, we're going to put in we're going to copy and paste. Let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raw materials. Let's see if it's the same. It should be 3,000. Yep, raw materials. Now it wants operating supplies. 3030. Now we need trading goods. 3,100. Finished products. Scroll all the way down. There it is. 7,920. And semi-finished products. Semi-finished products right there. 7,900. All right. And now it looks like everything's going to go to, let's go ahead and search, your goods receipt / invoice receipt amount. Start that search. And it looks like it's going to be the same for each one. So let's see, goods, A, B, C, D, F, G, G, there we go. Goods receipt / invoice receipt amount is going to be 310,000. And we're just going to copy that for the other entries. All right, copy and paste. And now that we have done that, we're just going to go ahead and click save. It says changes have been made. Perfect. And that concludes that step. All right, so we're just going to back on out since our changes were made to this menu. We're just going to hit the image reference again to be in the implementation guide. As it says, that's where we're going to start. So section 2.8, view tax determination. In this section, you will view the general ledger account to which taxes occur. All right, so let's go and follow this. So we need to go to financial accounting. There it is, financial accounting global settings, tax on sales floor / purchases, postings, and then define tax accounts. There we are. So define tax accounts if we need that T code, which it doesn't seem like we need it right now. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we need it right now. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and enter that menu, define tax accounts. And now it says, so posting overview, yep. Okay, so we're going to select VS1. First one, we're going to make sure. So select your chart of accounts, GL, blah, blah, blah. Click on accounts to the left and enter your text. All right, so I'm not really sure what that's talking about. Also, make sure that you have your error log open. I'm just going to go ahead and check to see if there's any errors associated with this section. It seems like the first one, oh, let's see, chapter 4, step 2, part 1. We already passed that. We're in step 2.8, so we passed that. So it looks like we shouldn't have any errors. Yeah, it looks like we shouldn't have any errors just yet. Until maybe step 3. All right, so if that's not going to be a problem. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and hit deselect. We're going to go ahead, scroll down, find VS1. There it is. Oh, VS1. Looks like it's sales tax. So select VS1 and double click on rules. All right, once we have double clicked on VS1, we're going to double click on rules, which is right here. And then that should bring us into the change view rules overview screen and answer the following questions. What is the account defined as sales tax? So, well, this is the count that we entered, so that's your answer right there. Well, yeah, well, that kind of just answered itself, so that was pretty straightforward. Well, now that that has been answered, we're going to proceed to section 2.9, set the tolerance for pricing variance, and we're going to go back into the implementation guide. There we go. And in this section, you'll set tolerance limits to be used when GBI sends a purchase order to a vendor. Specifically, when GBI sends a purchase order, management wants to validate that purchase order price for each of the material is close to the price on the material master record. You will set the tolerance. You'll set a tolerance that the PO price can be 20% less or 10% more than the price on the recorded material. All right, so we're just setting up some tolerances. So in the easy access menu, we're in the implementation guide already. Let's follow this file path. So materials management. There it is, materials management. Purchasing. purchase order, and then set, is it right here? Set tolerance limits for price variance. There we are. If we need the T code, there it is. We're gonna hit search, or not search, we're gonna hit the clock to enter. So in the change view overview, yep, correct screen. So now that we're in this screen, we're going to click, yeah, new entries, going to be up top. There we are, new entries. So in the new entry, detail add entry screen, that's following. All right, so tolerance key is going to be price variance purchasing, PE, price variance purchasing. There we are, double click to select. Company code is going to be our company code. It should just be US and then our company code number. So I'm going to select mine. I'm 26, so I selected 26. And then, oh, great. So now lower limit, percentage, and now check limit selected. Now percentage is going to be 20. All right, so that takes care of that. That lower limit, percentage, check limit has to be selected, and then we're entering 20 there. And now it says, the next one says upper limit, percentage, check limit, and now this one's going to be 10. And it's asking what does SE stand for. So if you want to know, we can just click here. We can see that SE is for the max cash discount deduction purchasing, but we want to make sure that PE stays selected, which it did for our input up here. So once you have all this information entered and that question answered, we're going to select the next entry, which is right here, the little next page. Select that. And now we're going to the following information. So now, look, we got to select the next one. So tolerance key is going to be SE, the max cash discount. Yeah, so this is the difference of this is the tolerance for setting up the variance and then the max cash discount. So anyway, we're still in SE. Company code, US followed by your number. I'm 26, so I'm going to put in 26. You enter your number. And now, oh, so we don't change anything here. So yeah, all right, so we're just going to click save. And it says that our data was saved, which means that we did that step correctly. Now proceeding on to section 2.10. Let's go back to the implementation guide. There we go. All right, so set tolerance for goods receipt. In this section, you'll set tolerance limits to be used when your GBI receives material against a purchase order. Specifically, management wants to validate the quantity received by the GBI is close to the quantity on the purchase order, and the goods receipt is close to both the PO price and the moving average price for this material. All right, so now in this menu, we're just going to follow this navigation path, materials management. Inventory management, goods receipts, and then set tolerance limits. There we are. If we need a T code, bam, there it is. So we're just going to open up set tolerance limit. All right, here we are. So it says in the change view tolerance limit overview, click new entries right here. Oh, click new entries. Now that we are in the new entries detail of added entries screen, we're going to have the following information. So tolerance key, order price quantity variance, GR-/E MSG. What's going to be the top one? So it's going to be B1. Yep. And company code, again, I'm going to put US and our respective number. We are 26. So that's why we entered 26. All right. So now that we have entered this information, no other information is going to be entered. We're going to click next page or next entry. Yep. And enter the following information now that we're on the new page. So now we're going to do -W, which is the second one down. B2, again, our company code, US, and your company code number. And all right, that has been entered. We're not changing anything else. And we're going to click next. Yep. And we're going to enter the following information. It's probably the last one. Moving average price variance. Yes, it is. So it's going to be VP. And again, our company code. All right, now you have entered your company code. All right, remember to put in your number. Company code, that's it. All right, so we're just gonna hit save. Bam, we got the message that says data was saved. Perfect, and now we can proceed to the next step. So implementation guide once again. Let's go back one more, and then there we go. So section 2.11, set tolerance for invoice. In this section, manager wants to validate that the vendor invoice price and quantity are close to those on the original purchase order and the goods receipt transaction. This allows UBI to ensure that they that they are invoiced the appropriate amount for each purchase order. All right, so now let's follow that navigation path. Materials management, so lower, there it is. Logistics invoice. Invoice block. Set tolerance limits. There we are. We need a T code, there it is. That's the right one. And we're going to go ahead and enter that menu by clicking that clock. So now that we have to click that clock, so change it up, overview, click new entries. New entries is going to be right up top, right up here. So click new entries. In the new entries, details of added entries, screen, enter the following information. All right, so again, for tolerance key, amount, amount for item without order reference. So amount for item without order reference. Yep, it's gonna be the first one. So AN, and then our company code. All right, we're US26. We're just gonna select US26. All right, next entry. That's all it wanted. And all right, so now it says step 2.115. You have just created a tolerance key for amount for an item without a reference in the step above. Appendix D contains the data about all tolerance keys in GBI. Use the data in Appendix D to create the remaining tolerance key. You may receive an error that says certain tolerance key already exists. Simply skip and move on, then click save. All right, so let's bring up this menu here. We'll put it right there. All right, so the one that we created was the AN. So we just created the top one. AN, let me just double check. So let me search. Pretty sure that's the one I just created. Yep, AN. Yep, I just created AN. So let me just keep it. Oh, you may okay, so we should be good. So we just created AN. So now we're going to scroll down to AP and enter our company code. All right, so, and then we're just getting next entry. All right, so I'm just gonna hold these guys so I know which one I'm on. And now I'm gonna put my company code right in there. And I'm gonna search for BD, and it's not saying to change anything else, so we're just keeping everything the same. So BD, next. Next is BR. Clicks next. Next is BW. Next. DQ. Next. Next is AW. Clicking next. Now we're looking up PP, double P. There we are. Price variance. Clicking next. Now we need PS. Oh, there is PS. Clicking next. ST. There it is. ST. Next. And then last but not least, VP for the moving average. And then, so use the honestly, you may see an error saying that certain tolerance key already exists. Yeah, so if you tried entering the first tolerance key, you're probably going to get that message that says that you already created the one that already exists. I'm just going to click save. Oh, so I guess it's already created VP as, oh, I guess VP is the one I created. It says already exists. So if it does say, simply hit skip. So skip's going to be up here. Click skip. So let me try that one again. VP, our company code. Let me see, I'm gonna hit next page. Yeah, yeah. So if that one already existed, you just hit skip. And then just make sure to hit save. So, and then if you do get this, I think you can just hit enter. And then specific work area. Oh, I have to hit save after every single one. Well, I did not receive that message that said data. Okay, well, that's kind of annoying. Well, in order to check to make sure that we did everything correctly, let's see, we're gonna hit skip. We're gonna hit back. Oh wait, skip. All right, we're gonna hit back. All right, so I'm just gonna hit, let's see, skip there. I'm gonna hit cancel. I'm just hit yes. So, okay, here we go. So as you can see, these are the codes because I wasn't sure if the codes were being entered correctly or not. But as you can see here, that the codes are being entered correctly because the last code on I guess um, the last code here in Appendix D was already entered earlier. BP. Actually, I don't see it here. Well, these are the codes. Let's see. A N A P B D B R B W D Q K W P P P S and PT. Yeah, so the last one we already entered earlier, so that's why it wasn't letting us enter it. So I'm just gonna hit save here, and now we can see we got that data was saved message. Um, and let me just hit back. So this is all the codes that have been entered so far, and we're just gonna scroll all the way down. All right, so then I am number 26. So here we are. So as we can see, we got AN, AP, BD, BR, BW, DQ, KW, double P, PS, ST, and VP. Okay, so that's why the last one didn't go enter. So yeah, if you saw we did, we just hit back and then we just hit cancel and then we could see what information we entered. We hit save and then if we just hit back again, you can come to this menu and just you can double check just to make sure it's your number, right? Ours is right here. So basically from here down, all your stuff should be um, together in one block. So you can see this is my information. This is user 25. Here we have 21, 15, and 00. So just make sure that you have correctly entered all the information for this Appendix D. And if you can see it here, that means that you did it correctly. So I'm just going to save again. Data was already saved. All right, so nothing new changed. Cool. All right, so now that that information has been entered correctly, we're going to move forward to the next section. I'm just going to hit back until I get to the implementation menu. There we go. All right, section 2.12, define tolerance vendors. In this section, manager wants to specify a vendor or a default vendor tolerance. Your number GBI default to validate that payment shortfall of up to $10 or 1% is automatically posted automatically posted to a designated revenue account. A payment excess of up to $1 or 1% is automatically posted to a designated expense account. So that's what we're going to set that up. And then tolerance groups can be assigned to specific vendors to allow more or less tolerance in the pay vendor section. So moving forward, let's follow this implementation guide menu. So financial accounting, financial accounting, where is it? Yeah, here it is. Financial accounting, accounts receivable and payable, business, transactions, outgoing payments right there, manual, outgoing payments, and then define tolerances, vendors. So right there, if we need that T code, we're going to click the little clock to enter the menu. Uh, so yep, in this menu, we're going to click new entries up top. And in the new entries, we're going to enter the following information. So our company code, again, it's going to be US and then your number. And so company code has been entered. Tolerance group, we're leaving blank, and then name. Is this name? Name of tolerance group. Yeah, so tolerance group, I think this is where our name's going to go. So again, we're going to put our number in first, followed by the GBI default. I don't see name for any other spot, so yeah. So name of tolerance. Yeah, so yeah, because up top we have company code and then we have tolerance group, which is right here, is blank. And then yeah, this is gonna be name of tolerance group. So 265, blah, 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 blah. Okay, perfect. Continuing down. So now permitted payment differences here, revenue. So looks like it's going to be 10. Revenue percent is going to be 1. And again, permitted payment of differences, but now loss is going to be 1. And percent is also going to be 1. Okay, okay, okay. And now it says, yeah, permitted payment and differences, payment difference, guys, revenue loss. Okay, now it says payment term from invoice is selected and only grant partial cash discount. Yep, that's the correct one. Also selected. All right, now that information is entered, we're going to click on the next entry right here. And we'll scroll down. Let's see. So again, our company code. Go ahead and enter your company code. And then now for tolerance group, we are going to put GBI. The last one it wanted us to leave it blank. But now for this one, it wants our tolerance group to be GBI and a tolerance group name is going to be this. Our number with Global Bike Incs. Being incorporated. Let's see. And now permitted payment differences. Revenue is going to be 20. And then revenue percent is going to be 2. Permitted payment difference loss is going to be 2. And percent loss is also going to be 2. And then same thing as before, payment and only are both selected. And with that, we click save. And we get the message, data was saved, which allows us to proceed to the next section. Let's go back to the implementation guide. There we go. So section 2.13, define plant parameters. In this section, you'll specify inventory management parameters at each of your 3 plants. GPI management wants to improve plant efficiency by creating the following automatic actions at each plant. Storage locations are automatically generated when needed. Thus, if a warehouse person receives raw material for the first time, an RM storage location is automatically created. Purchase order deliveries are automatically completed when the correct quantity is received. Reservations of an inventory for a sale order are automatically deleted after 30 days. All right, so that's what we're going to be setting up. So let's follow this navigation path. So after we're in the implementation guide, materials management, inventory management, and plant parameters. There's our T code if we need it. Open that up. So now we are in the change view general area SKU. We're going to click new entries. All right, and now in the new entry screen, so our plant, our Dallas plant, if you guys don't remember, Dallas is DL, and our number, we are 26. So let's make sure we choose our Dallas plant. Go ahead and enter your Dallas plant. And now it says create S location automatic, create storage location automatic. Perfect. And delete. There we go. Selected. And then days. Uh, here, days movement allowed. It says 30. And then retention period also 30. So, yep, our Dallas plant selected. See, create automatic. Delete. Yep. I'm missing one, aren't I? Yeah, movement allowed. Ah, there it is. Yeah, so double checking Dallas, S location, delete, and then movement selected, days movement 30, and retention 30. Perfect. I think I caught that mistake. So once all that information has been entered, we're going to click next entry right here. And we're going to now enter our Miami plant, and that's going to be MI, followed by our number. All right, so S locations again is selected. Delete company defaults all selected. Movement allowed is selected. And again, 30 and 30 for both of those. And looks like we're going to do the same thing, but now to our San Diego plant. One, two, three selections. All right. So San Diego as D, then our number. There it is. Then again, S location, delete, movement, and yep, 30 and 30. And then once that information has been entered, let's go ahead and save. We'll get the message that says data was saved, and we can proceed forward. Looks like that was the end for our rules and parameters. Now we're going to be moving to master data, starting with section 3.1, create trading goods. So, we're going straight to the easy access menu. So yeah, that information was saved. So we're just going to back up all the way, and there we go, easy access menu. So 3.1, create trading goods. In this section, you'll create trading goods in your company code by copying the material master in company code US00. You will start by copying the elbow pads from the company code US00 to US and your number. You will renumber the original elbow pads from the original number to your number, and then change the description to your number and elbow pads. You also associate each of your new trading goods with your purchasing group, N, followed by your number that you created earlier. Perfect. All right, so let's follow this navigation path. So in the easy access menu, not the implementation, excuse me, implementation guide or S-Pro, we are going to follow this navigation path. So logistics, materials management, materials master, material, create special and trading goods. Bam, right here. T code's right in front of it. So trading goods, double click and enter. Um, all right, so in this initial screen, so we're gonna search for our elbow pad and put your number at the end. All right, that's the elbow pad there. And then this was already selected. We're not changing that. Industry sector can be retail. And then we want to copy it from the original elbow pad. So EPAD 00. Once all this information has been entered correctly, go ahead and hit continue. All right, now that we are here, it says in this pop-up menu, click the deselect all button. We're going to click that there. And now it says we want to highlight basic data one, purchasing, and accounting one. Let's scroll down if we don't see it. There we go. So make sure you have basic data one, purchasing, and accounting one row selected. Once that has been selected, go ahead and hit default settings. All right, so that's gonna make it so each time we open this, those three are already gonna be selected, saves us a few steps. And we're gonna hit continue. So now from here, we're gonna find our DC Miami. So again, Miami's MI, and then your number. There it is. And then the original DC Miami. That's gonna be MI, and the original plants are always 00. So there it is, original Miami. And we're gonna hit, yep, default settings. So this will pop up every single time for us now. Give us a couple, save us a little bit of steps. Then click continue. We're going to receive a message that says the material already exists and will be extended. All right, we got that. Perfect. So now in this part here, in the create materials for our company code up here, as you can see, it's going to be EPAD 10 followed by your number. If you don't see that, then make sure that you entered information correctly. We're gonna put this information. So right here, it's elbow pad, but we're just gonna put our number in front of it and hit space. There we go. And followed by our purchasing group. So remember to put your number in here as well. And there it is. So now it says hit enter. It says hit enter until you reach the last screen. And in the last data screen reach, pop-up click yes icon. You'll receive a message that says material elbow pad blah blah was created. All right, so now that all that is created, I'm going to enter. So it took me accounting. I'm going to hit enter again. So local currency converted to other currencies using current exchange rate, and then I'm going to hit enter one more time. All right, so now I got to this pop-up screen where it says where I'm supposed to hit yes. And bam, here we go. Material elbow pad was created. So I do have to say that earlier when I was doing this underneath a different GPI number, I got this internal error here. And if you get that internal error, I opened it up. You have to contact Neelam. So if you recall that on your in this page right here, you can see his information. Yeah, his help information should be here. But yeah, go ahead and reach Neelam. Go ahead and reach out to him. And again, if you do reach this error, as you can see, there's no solution yet. I clicked on details. You have to reach out to system administrator. So yeah, you're just gonna have to contact him and they're gonna have to fix it on the back end because you don't have the permissions to fix that problem. But looks like he fixed it for me with a different user number, which means that it should be okay for you since it was okay for me since he didn't fix it for this specific user 26. So hopefully no one else has a problem moving forward with this. Anyway, perfect. I'm glad that worked out. So, all right. So now that that has worked out, this is you have just created your elbow pads in the step above. So Appendix E contains data about all trading goods in GBI. Use the data in Appendix E to create the following trading goods for the helmet and the repair kit. You're not required to create all materials, only these two. Uh, Create each of the materials with the same steps as above. Use Appendix E again in later exercises to add more views on your trading goods materials. So let's go ahead and bring up Appendix E. Here we are. All right. Appendix E. So if you open up Appendix E, you can see that these two are highlighted. Um, so you don't really have to, you know, look too hard for all this information. So if we follow the same steps as before, instead of using elbow pad, we're just going to copy this and delete that. And we're just going to put our number here, 26. And we're just going to leave the rest of it the same and then do the same for this. Delete that. And this is going to be the original, right? All right. And then we're going to hit continue. And then this is a step we did earlier. So it's already, this information is already selected for us. So we can just hit continue. And this information is already selected for us again. So we can just hit continue. And now that we're on this step where we just have to put our number in front of the road helmet. So we're 26, we're gonna put our number, you go ahead and put yours. And then you just go ahead and enter your purchasing group. And then once that is done, again, we're just going to click enter. There should be 3 enters. So here we go. 1, 2. We can see the currency with exchange message down below. And 3, we get this exit menu and we're going to hit yes to save the data. And now we can see that material, whatever this is, the helmet was created. Oh, it's probably red. Red helmet was created. And now to make the um, copy this information here for the repair kit, put that in. So you're gonna be putting your number there. We don't have to change anything here. Let's go ahead and copy that there. So now that we have information, our repair kit with our number and this should be original repair kit. Now they have our repair kit and the original repair kit. Let's see what. Yeah, we're just going to continue. And again, everything was already saved for us. We're going to continue again. And again, since we hit saved default settings earlier, that's ready to go as well. We can hit continue there. And we just have to change this to our number. So up here where it says description, we're just going to click right in front of it. We're going to put our number. Go ahead and put your number there. And then our purchasing group. Let's go ahead and find our purchasing group. Bam. So now that we have done that, again, hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, and 3, or as much times it takes you to get to the screen right here. And we are going to hit yes. And then we are going to get this message again that says material for the repair kit with our number here was created. Yes. All right, perfect. So now that our helmet has been created, let's go back to the SAP Easy Access menu. Let's collapse that. You don't need this anymore. We're just going to minimize that. So now we're in section 3.2. So, all right. So section 3.2, create vendor. In this section, you will create a vendor in your company code. This vendor will be used during the testing to produce your trading goods. You will maintain FL or FI and purchasing roles for your vendor. You will also associate your new vendor with your purchase organization, NA, and your number that you created earlier. All right, so let's follow this navigation path. So we're going to start off with logistics, material management. Where's it at? Oh, there it is up top. Purchasing up top again, master data, vendor, central, and change. There it is. So if you need the T code, there it is. All right, so now that we are in the change supplier initial screen, we are going to go ahead and create this information. All right, let's go ahead and copy that over and then put your respective number at the end. I'm 26, so that's why I'm putting 26. It says company code. The company code was already in input for us. And then it says purchasing organization. Let's go and search. So this should be chief supplier. Our search. Orig wait, original. Oh, I don't know why it has this here. It says, okay, so we need to copy it over. So this is incorrect. It should be original. So original is going to be 00. And then purchasing organization is the same thing. US. Yeah. So it's going to be 00. So yeah, whenever you see original, this is interesting. Hmm. Okay, I see. I think we're copying over and then we're putting our information later. Yeah, because that's what it says. Let me check the error log. See if there's any 4.2. A little bit more forward. 4.3.5. No, I guess that's what it wants. All right. So it says whenever it says original, it says we use original. So this is our number, and then original Global Vikings and original company code, and then hit select all right there. You receive a message that says extended withholding tax function is not active. All right, and we're just gonna simply press enter, and now it takes us to this screen here. So in the change organization number, and then yep, that is right here or up here. Role vendor, blah, 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 screen enter the following information. So we do have business partner, that is our number here. And it says change role right here to, let's see, is it FI? FI, then, okay, there it is. FI vendor, FELN, so double zero. All right, so we're going to click that. So we change the role. So we change the role. And now it says in the change organization, same screen, click company code. So company code is going to be up here. So that's the only thing we entered. Yeah, that was already in. We can't change that. That's why it's grayed out. Let me just change that. So now company code right up here. So we click company code, and now it says click the company code, which is going to be right here on the side. Click company codes. It's going to bring this up. So again, we were using the original data, so I think we're just going to be hopping right over. So yeah, in the company codes, click create right here. Bam, create. And now we're going to enter our global biking. So US to 6. Go ahead and enter your number. Whatever your number might be, go ahead and enter that. So I've entered that in, and I need to select supplier. Okay. And then it says use the gray box to highlight your company code and click adopt. So make sure to click your company code here so that your whole section is highlighted, and then just go ahead and click adopt. All right. And so now that we're back to this screen, under the vendor account management tab, which we are currently in, enter the following information. So for reconciliation account, it says payable/trade. It's the only option, and when we hit search, so we're going to enter that in, and now it says go over to the vendor payment transactions tab, and it says payment terms. Click on that, search, and it says pay immediately due net. So that's going to be the first one. Double click, it's going to open that in there. And now it says double check invoices selected. Double, let me see. Oh, right here. Double check invoices selected, and then payment block right here. It says free for payment. So actually, it's kind of funny. Free for payment, it shouldn't have anything in there. So it doesn't have anything in there as it is, which is why it says it already has free for payment. So we don't have to actually enter anything here. And now it says click save. All right, so we can click save. It says changes have been saved. So after changes have been saved, we're going to click change the role again, which is up top here. And we're going to go back to the vendor purchasing FLV FLVN01. Yep. So we're going to select this. So after and then select purchasing. So after we change the role here to this, we're going to select purchasing, which is on the top bar here. So let's go ahead and click purchasing. And in the change organization, okay. Click purchasing organization, which is right there. And now we're going to click create. And our purchasing organization, which is going to be US followed by our respective number. So go ahead and enter your number. I entered mine. And then use the gray box to highlight your company code to click transfer. So we're going to click that to highlight that. And then we're going to click transfer data. All right, so now in the purchasing tab, we're going to select United States dollar. Let's go ahead and search. Scroll down to the U's. Where is there it is. USD, US dollar, double click. And now payment terms, it says payable immediately due net. Pay immediately due net. Okay, 0001. And in code terms, or Oh no, hold on. Yeah, Inco. Yeah, Inco. So Inco terms right here. Free on board. FOB. Nope. Free on board for Inco terms. And for Inco terms location one, gonna be Miami. Put that in there. And now planned delivery. Scroll down. Yep. Scroll down to default values for material. It says planned delivery time. It's gonna be 0. Make sure it doesn't have a different one. We got USD, yeah, FOB, Miami, and then planned. Okay, yep. Yep. Okay, so it is going to be this location here under default values for material. It's only planned delivery times. So once all the information has been entered, go ahead and save. You will get that messages that says changes have been made or changes have been saved. Yep, perfect, perfect. And now we will proceed to section 4. So for this process execution, we'll begin with section 4.1 and the SAP Easy Access menu. So we're just going to back all the way up to the SAP Easy Access menu. So now we've gone ahead and set up the enterprise structure. We set up the rules and parameters. We've set up the master data. So now we're actually get to see how everything that we've done thus far actually works. So we're going to start off with a purchase requisition, followed by a purchase, turn that requisition into an order, followed by a good receipt, invoice. You need to pay the vendor, view info record to make sure that the limitations that we set up earlier are functioning correctly, view vendor account balance, and display RGL account. So let's start off with section 4.1, create purchase requisition. So this section is the first of 5 steps to test your procure to pay configuration. In this section, you'll create a purchase requisition, a request to procure a certain quantity of material or services to be available at a certain time. Your purchase requisition will be for the trading goods you created earlier. So we're gonna order 50 elbow pads. Oh, ours road helmets. So 50 road helmets and 50 repair kits, all to arrive in 1 week. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's get that. Let's create that purchase requisition. Let's start off by going. Let's follow the navigation path. So logistics, materials management, purchasing, purchase requisition, and create right up top. If you need that T code, there it is. All right, so here we are. So okay, so this is just telling you the user interface for the purchase requisition, 3 screens, which can be expanded and collapsed individually to allow you to determine which area is displayed, which is talking about these guys here. Uh, you can process system messages directly or collapse them uh, for subsequent processing for the functions. Okay, so this is just kind of give you information. I'm going to go ahead and close this menu because it kind of just eats up some of the space in our screen. And this is just like information. If you want to go through that, go ahead, but it's not needed for these steps. It might give you some more insight, but I'm going to go ahead and close that so we have more space on our screen. All right, so now that we are in the create purchase requisition screen, we're gonna follow the information. So kind of what that message was saying is we can expand and contract these, and that's what this is saying here as well. So in this screen, enter the following information, the overview. So because we don't see that information here, say we can collapse. or expand that. We don't need this one. But we do need the uh, items overview. So we need to expand this items overview to create that purchase requisition. So for material right here, we're gonna find our elbow pads. I forgot what the elbow pad, it was like E-pad, but we're gonna go find it ourselves. Uh, so for this, it's best to look by company. No, bill of material. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That is not what I wanted. Oh, let's close that out. Let's cancel that. Go back to create. Okay, so for this, just click on material, right? And I was kind of messing with this earlier, but the first one's fine. The material number of material description is fine. We can just so remember how we named our elbow pads with our number in the beginning? We're just gonna put our number followed by the elbow pad because we need to find R specifically. So earlier we actually named them. So we're gonna go ahead and hit search and it'll actually give us our um, elbow pad that we had created earlier. So just go ahead and input your number and you'll get your elbow pad. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and select that. So EPAD 10 and then your number should be there. And now for quantity, we need 50. And then for delivery date, it says 1 week from today. So that's going to be on the 28th. And then that automatically populated. What's D mean? I'm just kind of curious. Day format. Okay. 1 week from today, it says plant. So if you don't see this, go ahead and scroll right. For plant, it's going to be our DC. Actually, we don't have to look this up. It should populate if we just type it in. MI2. No, it does not populate. So for plant, it says your DC Miami. So Miami 26. That's our DC Miami. So yeah, MI26. And then trading goods for storage location. So let's see, trading goods, alphabetical, QRS. Uh, it is not alphabetical. Hold on. Okay, so earlier I wanted our, yeah, so that's our plant. So this is our storage. So your Miami trading goods. Okay, gotcha. So, all right, so keep in mind, pay attention to your number. So here we can see user 03, 06, 015, 21, 25, and 26. All right, so here we are. So since my number is 26, I'm going to select my Miami trading goods. So trading goods 26, that's going to be us right there. Go ahead and find your number respectively. Double click and select it there. All right, so that's going to be our first material there. And now let's go ahead and find our next item, which is going to be our road helmet. So we're going to go ahead and hit search. I forgot what the road helmet number was, so we can just go ahead copy. And then remember that we put our number associated to our road helmet, so we can just put our number there, followed by road helmet. Go ahead and enter your number and then road helmet, then hit search. If you just hit road helmet and hit search, you're going to find everyone's road helmet, and it's better if you just put your name there. So go ahead and search road helmet with your number, and here I found mine. So it's going to be RHMT10 followed by your number. And again, we need 50. And again, it's going to be 1 week from today. We're going to search. 1 week from today is going to be the 28th. And then our DC Miami plant, I'm just going to paste that. And is it the same? Your DC Miami, yep. Your Miami Trading Goods, yep, it's going to be the same one. So I just go ahead and copy that over. And the next one's going to be our repair kit. So again, we can do the same thing. We can simply highlight that and then put 26, because that's my number. Go ahead and put yours, and then followed by repair kit, hit search, and we will find our repair kit. There we are. Followed by number, which is going to be 50 as well. Yep, 1 week again from today, 28th. And then again, it's going to be their DC Miami with our trading Miami, our Miami Trading Goods. So I just want to copy that over now that all information has been entered correctly. Let's see. Press enter through each of the warnings. The warning messages. Can delivery date be met? If you do not receive this warning message, you may continue as normal, provided you're not receiving error messages. And then after that, click save. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and enter. All right, so we got, can you meet this delivery date? So that's gonna be the first one. I'm gonna hit enter again. It's gonna be for the second one. Hit enter again. We got this again. That's gonna be for the third one. We're gonna hit enter. And now that we're no longer receiving that message, we're gonna hit save. And we can see that our purchase requisition order was created. There it is. So you can, if you want to, you can just go ahead and copy that. Oh, I was gonna say copy that and put it there, but it left. Yeah, I wasn't able to copy it in time, but yeah, if you want to, you could have just copied it over and put it there. Well, anyway, we saw that order number, so we created our purchase requisition, and now with that purchase requisition, we need to create a purchase order. So let's go back to the logistic menu. All right, so now we have the requisition. We create a purchase order. So in this section, you will create a purchase order from purchase requisition to be sent to your vendor. A purchase order is issued by a buyer to a seller, indicating types, quantities, and agreed prices for products or services the seller will provide to the buyer. So let's follow this. So logistics, I probably could have seen the same menu because I remember it was right above it or below it. Purchasing, purchase order, create, vendor, or not. Is it this one? Create vendor, supply plant, yeah. Vendor for supply and plant known. All right, so we're going to double click on that. There's your T code if you need it. So now the create purchase order screen. Open so open the header section and click organizational data. All right, so well, this is what I was talking about here, and it's already actually on organizational data, so we didn't have to do anything. So if you don't see this screen, you might have this collapsed. So just go ahead and expand it so you can see these screens. But for me, everything was already expanded. So Yeah, everything should be on there. If not, just go ahead. If you have a little sidebar, go ahead and scroll over and find organizational data tab. So once we're in this organizational data tab, so your Olympic vendor protective here. So we're gonna hit search, and I do not know oh, there, so it's just our company code. So I'm just gonna select my company code, purchasing group, your GBI. So I'm gonna hit search. I think it's also gonna be US. Yep. So I'm 26. Oh, our purchasing group N, not US. So there we go. Double click on that. And then your North America, so this is our company code. This will be our US. So if we just scroll down, I believe 26, there we go. Yep. Double click. All right. Let me just see this. All right. So yeah, yeah. All right. So we got our Olympic protective gear. We have our purchasing group, and we have our company code. And we can see that the details over here, or the text information or description, is on the side here. So once we have all this information entered, we can just simply hit enter. Oh, no, I did something wrong. Oh, vendor, it wanted a vendor up here. So it did, here, let me just delete these because I don't think I need all of these. So vendor, it does want vendor, but vendor goes up here. So we only need purchasing organization. So that's what it wants that. So our purchasing organization does go there, and our purchasing group, we do not need our company code. Okay. Okay, so I guess we don't need our company code here. So for vendor up here, hit search, and so for this one, I think it's easier to hit suppliers by company code here. Um, yeah, because it should have your um, company code there. Let's see, search. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and you should only have one. So because if I just go back into the vendor, um, and if you are in the suppliers by country/company code, your company code is already going to be selected. So if you hit search, it should be the only one, the only option here. So as you can see, Atlanta 026, 10.10.26 is what we created a little bit earlier. So we can double click on that. Okay, and it's going to give you that vendor number. Okay, so now that we have entered the correct information, now we're going to go ahead and hit enter. Wait, it does want company code? Company code is not defined. I'm gonna go back out. I should want to see. No. So I'm gonna go back in. So let me try that again. Search. So it says purchasing organization. With America 26. And because that's all it wants. So enter the following information. I don't see anything else. And then Olympic. Yeah, We got that. Purchasing organization, person group. Does not say anything about company code. There we go. So we hit enter. And then click the document button. Okay, document overview on button. All right, so now that, so because we had that little error, we had to go back and then do it all again. Actually, this populated by itself. So I guess we could just put that in anyway and been fine. But now that we have overcome that little challenge, we're gonna click this document overview on button, and it says click select variant, which is, oh, it's gonna be over here on the side. So it's a little odd. If you don't have enough room for this, you can go ahead and make this a little bit bigger if you wish. But if you can see that button, it says click select variant, or click on, yeah, select variant. It's going to open up this drop down, then click on my purchase requisition right here, my purchase requisition. And it should automatically find your purchase requisition. So in the document overview, which is this little subsection here, pane of the create purchase order, click on your purchase requisition. I'm just going to click that little box and then click adopt. So let me see. If you double click on the purchase requisition number, the system will display the requisition. You're no longer in the application to create the purchase order. If this happens, you must exit uh, back to the main menu and start from the beginning of this step, which, so we did not double click. You will receive an error message that says net price must be greater than 0. This means you must enter a price follow the next steps to enter your price. Well, either way, ours is selected, and then we're gonna click adopt, which is right here. Yep. So select adopt. Oh, okay, we got this message. Net price must be greater than 0. And it tells us what we're gonna, so yeah. And it says, this means you must enter a price, follow the next step to enter a price. All right, so we should get this, and we're just have to follow the instructions to get rid of this error message. So let's see, click expand on items overview. Not sure which one it is, but I think it's already expanded. Is it this one? Well, either way, I'm not seeing which one. I think it's this one. Collapse items. Click expand items to open items overview. Well, either way, it says your elbow pad. So yeah, I think it's this guy right here. Yeah, because it has information of our elbow pad. So it says our elbow pad, and then it says net price. Let's scroll over. Oh yes, since we have no net price. So we're gonna have to go ahead, copy, paste that net price. We're just gonna do it for all of them. All right, and they should, let me just double check. They should be in order. So yeah, we have elbow pad, road helmet, and repair kit. So they are in order. So we entered our net price here, 37.50, 25, and 16. And currency is USD. That is already selected for us. So once the information has been entered, simply hit enter. And we can see this all turn green now. Press enter through the warning message that says can't deliver met. So we're probably gonna have to hit enter 3 times. So let's see, 1, got that message again, 2, 3, and there we go. Now it's gone. So now that, okay, now that we did that, we're just gonna hit save. And now we got a standard purchase order created. Number is right there. Let's see if we can copy it this time. Yeah, we can just put it there if we need it. So we got this, and now let's go down and now onto section 4.3. All right, so let's back out to the easy access menu. So section 4.3, create goods receipt. In this section, you will verify that your goods receipt was shipped in response to the purchase order by creating a goods receipt. By creating a goods receipt transaction. The goods receipt will specify the quantity and storage location of each item. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So logistics, materials management, inventory management, goods movement. Yep, goods receipt. For purchase order. Oh, it's abbreviated. So goods receipt for purchase order right here. There is that T code if you need it. Double clicking to double check to make sure we're in the correct screen. It says good receipt for purchase order, which is the screen we're in, except this has our GPI number, which is correct. So let's see. So it says in the purchase order attribute, purchase order number, which should be right here. Okay, yep, hovered over it, purchase order right here. Click on that and we're gonna search. So for this section, I believe it's easier to search purchase order. Let's see, which one would make it easier? Purchase order. I'm gonna do purchase order per cost center. No, there's gotta be a faster way to do that. Supplier? Yes, okay. Yeah, so if we do purchase, so if you hit this little drop down and you see purchase documents per supplier. So if you forgot to save your purchase order, I did copy and paste mine. So that's mine right there. So if I knew it, I just go ahead and paste it in there. But let's just say that we didn't. This is another way we could find it. So again, little drop down menu, purchase documents per supplier. You will have your purchase organization here. And if you don't know your vendor number, let's just say that that's not there, you could search for that as well. And again, this should already be populated with your numbers there as well. And there's only going to be one. So it should be populated, but if it's not, that's the way you can search for it. And then if you just hit search, there's only going to be one purchase order number because we've only created one so far. So as we can see, it is the same number I saved earlier, but that's just in case if you weren't able to copy your purchase order or you forgot. So now that we have our purchase order number entered, it says just go ahead and click enter. And now it put our purchase order over here in documents. So let's see, let's scroll down so we can enter. So it says select OK and confirm the information below. Where is it at? Okay, so select OK. Okay, so here's the OK. Select OK and confirm the information below. So to select OK for all materials, you need to close the detail. Okay, yeah, so see how this is grayed out? For some reason in SAP, if this is expanded like this, you need to collapse this. And now somehow you can click on this. So yeah. So anyway, in the material section, make sure that it is your elbow pad, which it is, 2.6, and you want to hit the OK selected. Quantity is 50, and it is Storage location is your trading goods. Um, hmm, hmm. So the only thing that I see with this one is that it's not my trading goods. Oh, okay, here we go. Trading goods. And I'm just going to copy and paste this below. Okay, so for the first one, let's see. Our elbow pads, okay is selected, quantity is 50, and then we want to make sure it's our trading goods. I did it for all of them. I'm not sure if it needs it. So for road helmet, yes, it is our road helmet. Let's just go ahead and select okay for these two. Okay, selected, quantity is 50, and again, our trading goods. And then for repair kit 26, yes, make sure it's your number. Okay is selected, quantity is 50, and then yeah, we found our storage location of trading goods. Perfect. So let's see. All right, so now we're gonna click post. And now we got a materials document number. So let's try, let's say, so it said once we click post, material document. All right, so let's see if we can copy and paste this over. All right, so we're just gonna copy and paste that right there. So you receive a message says, all right, so now we got that. We can go to the next section. So let's just back out of here. So section 4.4, in this section, you receive an invoice from your vendor against your purchase order you previously created. Uh, so in this section, you receive an invoice from your vendor against the purchase order you just previously created. This is called invoice verification. In SAP, uh, wait, this is called, um, this called is what? Oh, okay, this is weird. This called is called invoice verification in SAP and verifies that the incoming invoice is correct regarding material prices, quantity, and arithmetic. That is interesting. Anyway, if the invoice is correct within the tolerance you set up earlier, financial accounting transactions will be created. Debit, GRIR, and credit accounts payable. Should it just be? I think it should just be this. This is called invoice verification in SAP. Oh man, that messed me up. Anyway, so now that we know what we got to do, let's go ahead and follow these file paths. So logistics, materials management, purchasing, purchase order, follow on functions, and then logistics. There it is. Logistics invoice verification. So there's the T code if you need it. Let's go ahead and enter this. So enter the invoice company code. Yes. Make sure it's your company code up top. Anyway, so let's go ahead and select today's date, right? Yep, today's date. And then the amount that, okay, the amount, and now the purchase document number. Okay, so that's going to be right here. So purchase document. So if purchase document, this is where we enter a number. And if you copy and paste the number earlier, you can go ahead and do that. If you forgot, um, I actually made some instructions here. So if you forgot how to get it, go ahead and click this. I highlighted the stuff there for you. So go ahead and click that search button. click the search button, and it'll bring you to this screen. And then in supplier, because if you hit execute right now, fortunately, it's not enough information to get you anywhere. So which is why you have to hit supplier. And then, yeah, I think, yeah, so from this, you should be fine. Just hit start search because you have our company code. So it should be the only supplier if you forgot your supplier code. And then, yep, there's a supplier code. Well, actually, after, yeah, so, okay, so yeah, so there's a supplier code. And then after that, now we can hit execute. And once we come to this screen, we've got to select this little box right here to ensure that we highlight and to double check to make sure it is our um, the same number. Oh, wait, what? Oh, this is the purchase order. This was the materials document. So the purchase order, did we save that? Yeah. So here's our purchase order to ensure that it is our purchase order document, which it is. So in case you forgot your purchase order. So now that, let's see where we're at. So now that you have selected that little box, now we can hit copy up top because if you don't select that box and you hit copy, you're gonna have to do everything all over again. But since we select that box, we're gonna hit copy and it'll enter this information in for us. Yeah, because if you don't enter that and you hit copy, it's gonna bring you here and it's gonna be blank and you have to go through this whole step again. So now that we see here that we have this information entered correctly, so I'm just gonna scroll back up. What we at? So we have a current date, we have the amount number, and we have the purchase order number entered correctly. Scroll down. Now we can just hit enter. All right, and we can hit enter, and we're gonna come to this screen here, and it says item document one. Okay, gotcha. So the I kind of put this screen in here because it says, so for attribute item one, here we go. And then it says we have to make sure that the OK is selected, but I didn't think it was very obvious, but we can see that it's this part right here, right here. So if you hover over it, it says OK. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and hit select, and then it says we want to do the same thing for item two and item three. So let's go ahead and hit select OK on all of them. And once we have gone ahead and done so, we can click post down below. And now it says we're going to get a message. The document number was created. I'm going to go ahead and copy this if I can. And just paste it right there in case we need it again. All right. So now we need to pay the vendor. All right, so back to the initial screen. Let's collapse that. So in this section, you will pay the vendor. In this section, you will pay the vendor invoice that you just verified. This step is called post outgoing payment in SAP. If the payment is correct within the tolerances we set up earlier, a financial accounting transaction will be created. Debit accounts payable and credit the bank. So let's follow this file path navigation. Let's see, accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, not receivable, payable, document entry, and outgoing. Outgoing. Okay, here we go. Outgoing, and then post. There's a T code if you need it. Double click on post. And it brings us to this menu here. So let's see document date, selecting today's date. What else do we need? Your bank account. For bank account. Oh, bank. So bank data and account. Here we go. Search that. Search our bank account. I don't remember what it was, but here a chart of accounts. If you're in this menu, just hit search again. I should have your number there. And then just find your bank account. So see bank account. This is my number, 26. So double click that. and it'll populate there. For amount down below, it's going to be same as before. Gotta make sure we pay it off. And then, so open item selection in account, our Olympic. I think it was like, I forgot the number to this account. Search will work. Oh, perfect. And it's going to give us our account. So it's going to be 1010 followed by our number, which there it is. That's going to be our account. So we got the current date, we got our bank account, we got how much we're going to pay on the account, and our data here. So after we have that information here, we're going to click on up here up top, process open items. Go ahead, click that. It'll bring us to this screen here. You receive a message that says one item was selected, which is what we just created in that. Oh, yep. And now we're going to click post. You'll receive a message to document. Okay, so click post. And we indeed got this document number. I'm going to go ahead and save or copy. And post that right there. All right, in case we need it in the future. Cool. All right, moving on to the next section. Go back to the easy access. That's, I think it's fine. Yeah, because we don't need anything else. Collapse that. All right, so now section 4.6, view info record. In this section, you will display your vendor info record after making a purchase. All right, so now we made the purchase. Let's follow file path, navigation. Let's see, logistics, materials management, purchasing, master data, info record, and display. T code, there it is, ME13, and then, all right, so our vendor was already entered. Actually, this information was already entered for us, but we don't need repair kit. We need elbow. So we need to find our elbow pad. So we're going to highlight that. We're going to search. The vendor is correct. So let's put our 26 elbow pads. Let's hit start. These are our elbow pads right there. And in case it doesn't have your vendor populated, just go ahead, hit search. It'll bring us to this account, hit start search, and it should be the only ones that you're searching in your GL account. So then just go ahead and double click that. So our vendors good, our materials good, our purchasing organization has already been entered for us, and that is correct. Let's see, purchasing organization and plant, we don't need to enter anything. And once that is correct, we're just gonna hit enter, which will bring us to the screen, and it says click on the purchase organization data one, and it's going to bring us here. What is the standard quantity? And there it is. All right, now that we have found that information, we can continue going to section 4.7, easy access menu. All right, collapse that. All right, section 4.7, view vendor account balance. In this section, you'll view the account balance of your Olympic protective gear vendor. So as follows now, file path, accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, account, and display balances right there. If you need the T code, there it is. So it should have our vendor already selected. That information was already entered for us. It says your global bike Inc. and the current year. I didn't enter this information. It has already been entered. If you need to search for the information, just go and hit that search, but it should be populated for you as well. You know, if it's not, again, hit those search buttons, enter that information. So after the information has already been entered, let's go ahead and execute. And it says, what is a total What is the total in the debit column in your vendor? Bam, total. This is vendor here, and that's our total right there in the debit. Cool. Uh, all right. So now we need back to the main menu. So section 4.8, display GL account balance. In this section, you will display the general ledger account balance for your trading goods inventory account. This ensures that your configuration of automatic postings was done correctly. Perfect, perfect. All right, let's follow this navigation path. Accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, account, and display balances. All right, ET code, there it is. And once we've entered in account number, so your inventory of trading goods, I don't know it. Let's search for it. It has our GL chart of accounts as the first one. If not, just hit that search button and it's the second one. So hit search. So it says your inventory of trading goods. So let's scroll down. Uh, actually, I even entered how to search for it here too. So yeah, if search, you're gonna come here. Did I do GL account? Oh, I did GL accounts in, let me see, GL account. Is there an easier one? Yes, GL account number and company code. Bam. So this should just be specific to us. So we just hit that. That'll give us specifically with only our company code accounts. Yeah, since I'm 2.6, I only see 2.6. I was doing this using user 2.5. So then what are we looking for again? Our inventory of trading goods. I've already passed it. Did I not? There it is. Inventory of trading goods. There it is. So yeah, it's actually, yeah, one of the first ones. Inventory of trading goods. That's actually the same account as this other number too. So 200, 200. So double click that. You'll get your account number. Company code's already entered. Physical year is already entered. So let's scroll down. Let's hit execute. And we will come to this screen here. So in this screen, double click the totals column, double click the total amount in the debit column. So there's a debit, double click the total, bam, bam. And then how many items are displayed for you in this trading good? Well, it says it down here. It says 3 items are being displayed, and we can see which 3 they are. And this matches what we ordered and what we paid. Well, and that just about does it for um, chapter 4, part 2. I hope this walkthrough was helpful. I know I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out some of these steps, which is why I included some of this. I updated this document for you guys because it wasn't even numbered correctly, but I fixed that. Yeah, so I hope it helps you guys out, and yeah, see you in the next chapter. Thank you.